Good morning, Culers. It is time to wake up and Barca live Barcelona news right here on the Undefeated channel, coming at you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Talking about all the headlines coming out of the Camp Nou. We've got a lot of them today. We are now in a very hang on words, because let me just say I'm running on about 2 hours of sleep. Drank a couple espressos at like 8 o'clock last night. Kept myself up, enjoyed my evening, but I got like 2 hours of sleep. I literally just woke up. So eyes are baggy. Got to shake out the cobwebs a little bit. Hang on. Get that first sip of the Americano. Okay. Now I think I'm ready for words. It is July 1st. Any contracts from the previous season have ended. Dembele. So he's a free agent, which means that Barcelona technically have to sign him as a new player, and who knows if we're going to have any kind of hurdles getting him registered. I think the financial levers will take care of that, but still, Dembele, the jerk move. Speaking of jerk moves, Bayern Munich rejecting Barcelona's third offer, and a very reasonable one for Lewandowski. Don't understand it. We'll talk about those details. We'll give an update on Frenkie De Jong. We'll give an update on Raphinha. Plus, Barcelona are trying to make some moves now with some of those fringe players that aren't looking like they're going to be here next year. Mingueza, Langley, Ricky Puig, all players that are starting to get offers, starting to be looked at by other clubs. Umtiti as well. So we have a lot to catch up on. We have many things to talk about. And eventually my brain will start working. I'll actually wake up maybe by the time this Americano's gone. We'll see what happens. But we're going to talk about all those headlines and whatever comes up conversationally. That's what we do here on Wake Up in Barca. It is about connecting the Culers from all over the world as we have a nice positive start to our day. So let's go ahead and kick things off the right way, my friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the undefeated Mustache John.
Okay. Oh, look at this. We got Luuk De Jong in the chat. My goodness. Club legend. Went from zero to hero during his time at Barcelona. Good to have you in the chat, Luuk. Appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. For anyone else who is just joining us for the first time, subscribe to the channel so you can be part of that conversation. Make sure you turn on notifications so you know when we're live, which is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on the Undefeated channel. Like I said, we're going to start today by just jumping over to the Twitterverse here, and we're going to take a look. Oh, hang on. That was a Raphinha tweet that just came out. Oh, no, that was 3 hours ago. Okay. Well, let's jump back over. There was all kinds of news coming out yesterday. So let's see what I ended up liking, and we'll go with that conversation. This is not a Barcelona headline necessarily, but this is worth pointing out. Shout out to my man Muktesh, a.k.a. Marcaroni, for standing up for our guy here. Listen, I don't know who this gentleman in Debussy. I'm not going to give you any highlight here, but it is totally okay for people of any age to cry when they are overwhelmed with emotions, particularly of their own success, somewhere where they didn't think they were going to get. So I have no problem with a little bit of emotion when you're feeling it. You know what I mean? I'm sure he's overwhelmed with gratitude, excitement, all those feelings. So I got no problem with that. And good for you, Muktesh, for standing up for him. Anyway, folks, I digress. What do we want to start with? We got so many, boogers. We got so many headlines. Let's go with the Young. We'll start with a Frenkie De Jong update, okay? Because not much has changed. I feel like I'm reading the same tweets for like 6 weeks now. De Jong, Barcelona, Man United. Apparently, Man United have had their offer accepted by the Blaugrana. It's 65 million plus 20 million in add-ons. That'll be, number of appearances, trophies, goals, assists, clean sheets, this and that. They put in all these little things to structure the deal. Problem is, De Jong still doesn't want to go to United. All right, I got another tweet on here I want to pull up. This one right here from Talk FCB. Everyone panicking, and then there's Frankie just enjoying his holidays. Listen, if you are paying attention to what Frenkie De Jong, ladies and gentlemen, speaking about not paying attention, reset the counter. My stash mods set me back to 0. I think I had a nice streak going there. I think I was mistake free for like, I don't know, 2 streams, something like that. Set me back to 0. Anyway, back to talking about Frenkie. I don't know. I don't know about this one. How much can a player actually influence in terms of stopping a transfer? If I'm Manchester United, I'm not going to pay tens of millions of euros for a player who ultimately does not want to play for me, who ultimately will not be at his best because the attitude might not be there. Not questioning his professionalism, of course. I'm sure Frenkie would be great if he went to United. But if I'm a club owner, no, I'm not doing that. Same thing with Leeds and Raphinha, and we'll talk about that here in just a minute. If there's a player who doesn't want to be at your club, whether it's doesn't want to stay there, they want to leave, or they don't want to transfer in, it doesn't make any sense to me. I've never been in favor of forcing players to stay, leave, whatever. Not a huge fan of that. You're looking at Lewandowski at Bayern Munich, same thing. The player wants to leave. He's begging to come to Barcelona. He's willing to protest and not join Bayern Munich in their summer activities just to play for Barcelona. So I understand. I understand where Frenkie's coming from. I don't know how much leverage he has. I don't know if he just says, no, I'm not going to United, if he can veto that transfer. I'm not sure on those details. But I do know that if the player doesn't want to go, it's going to be difficult to make happen. So we've had this question come up so many times. It's a question of, do we want De Jong or are we going to sell him and get Silva? Silva is a little bit older, more attack focused, and that gives me some concerns because it'll leave us with just Nico, Kessié, and the aging Busquets on the more defensive side of midfield. So rumors going to keep going on. This one's not going anywhere. This is going to be all summer long, I would say, until we reach a point where Barcelona gets in a match or two. Even in these early summer showcases, we get in a couple of matches and Frenkie's wearing a Blaugrana kit and he's on the pitch, I'll feel good about it. If he's left off the squad for any of those matches, that's time to panic. But as of right now, as Talk FCB pointed out, Frenkie De Jong hanging out, relaxing on vacation, not concerned about anything. So that's the top headline, I think. Like I said, there's Raphinha, there's Dembele, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Let's turn to the chat. Let's get caught up on some conversation, see where people would like to go with this, because I've got a million different avenues we can explore this morning. So let's see who we got in the chat, see who's hanging out with us. Coffee at Dawn, good morning, sir. Kudis, Stash Commander, hello. I saw Ayush in here earlier as well. Hello to you. We got Georgie Damper in the house. How are we doing? My nose is running. I might have to blow my nose. I don't want to, but I might have to do it. Also, my hair's going wild today. Lots of frizz. Jack Wilson says, hey, Mustache, what do you think about Raphinha? Excellent question. Let's go ahead and jump over. We'll give a Raphinha update here. It's a good question, my man. Excuse me again on the sniffles I got going on here. Let's see. There's a lot of things to talk about here. All right. I think this might be the latest on Raphinha. Okay, this is from Rashad Rahman. There was all sorts of information flying around, some conflicting, but most lined up with the idea that here's where it stands. Leeds have agreed terms with Chelsea, but Chelsea have not agreed terms with Raphinha. Raphinha has agreed terms with Barcelona, but Barcelona have not agreed terms with Chelsea. So this tweet saying that pending further confirmation that Barca are ready to rival for Raphinha with a bid up to 60 million pounds. 60 million euros expected soon. 69.6 million pounds. Or do I have that backwards? Now I have to look at symbol for pounds. And if I could spell it correctly, there we go. Okay, I did have that backwards. Dumb. Stupid American. What are you doing with your American dollars, idiot? Anyway, this is what I was referencing right here. Stupid. Anyway, folks, I'm nervous about this one. I don't think Raphinha is worth 60, 70 million euros. I don't think he has proven himself enough on the pitch for us to be like, yeah, let's go ahead and spend that money. I mean, listen, Raphinha for 50 million, okay. Raphinha for 25 million if Leeds got relegated, yes, I'll take that all day. But 70 million euros when we already have Ferran Torres, who you know is going to get playing time out on that right wing. We also have Abde coming up, who, depending on his development, is going to be Mr. Steal Your Position this year. He may sneak up on that wing and be like, Dembele who? Torres who? Raphinha who? That's a possibility. Everybody's sleeping on Abde. You forget, got a little magic man out on the wing. So for those reasons, I don't know about this transfer fee to Leeds. Maybe we let Chelsea have that one. Maybe they also go for Neymar. They're apparently just clearing house. Chelsea's looking for every winger. They've been linked to Dembele, Raphinha, Sterling, Neymar. Meanwhile, they have Ziyech, Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi. Mount sometimes plays on those wings. Werner plays out on the wing. They've got plenty of attacking options, so they're looking to clean house. Anyway, I digress. Is Raphinha worth the current price tag that we're seeing? Over 60 million euros, upwards of 70 million euros. What do we think, folks? Get your opinions in the chat. For me, I'm skeptical. I am skeptical on this one, let me tell you. Omar, good morning, sir. Ovi, good morning to you, Ovi. Says 70 million for Raphinha. Barca can go for Lewa and Conde with that money. I think Conde might be a little bit more expensive because I think actually he's around the same price tag. So yes, we could focus on someone like a Koundé, but I don't think Raphinha is worth it, and I think we have other wingers. If we have Ansu on one side, Ferran Torres on the other, give me Lewandowski in the middle of that front three, and I'm content for the season. I'm all right with that. I wouldn't want to spend that 70 million on Raphinha. Pocket it. Put that in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day, Barcelona. Save it for, a time when, I don't know, we can't register our new players. Something like that. I don't know. Who knows? Jack Wilson, good morning to you, sir. Omar says, half of his goals are from pens. I don't understand how he's worth so much. Brazilian, winger, English Premier League experience, plus the competition now. You know what I mean? He's not really worth that, but it's a bidding war. And so the value goes beyond what the player's ability is sometimes. Yassine talking about Neymar rumors. Yeah. Yes, there are Neymar rumors. Let's see if I have anything on my list here already. I don't think I do. Oh, we're going to talk about Pedri number 8. We're going to talk about that as well. I don't think I do. So we'll talk about Neymar here in just a little bit. Since I scrolled past it, I do want to talk about the unconfirmed rumors of the Golden Boy taking the number 8. Of course, that was Dani Alves. I got his name on the back of my kit right now. Club legend, won't be returning. So the number 8 is available. It would make sense for the young Pedri to get it. However, there could be a curveball in here, folks. If you remember, Gavi still does not have a first team number. He was number 30 last year. First team numbers are 1 through 28. So the question is, will Pedri get that number 8 like everybody's assuming, or will we see a bit of a curveball? Will Pedri stick with 16 for now, or maybe go to one of the other numbers that are going to be available? There's only a few. There's really only a few. Or will the number 8 go to Gavi and Pedri stick with a 16? I think for me, it just looks too good. The golden boy in a golden jersey with the number 8. I'll tell you what, if this becomes true, if this is fact, not just rumor, once it's confirmed, Pedri gets the number 8, I'm going away gold kit, Pedri on the back. I'm still deciding on who I want for the home jersey, for the third kit that will come out here soon, and inevitably a fourth Sarenia kit. Still got to figure those ones out. But the golden boy with the golden kit and number 8, which is my number, of course, got to do it. Got to go for it. Look how good this kid looks. Big fan. Let me know what you think about Pedri getting the number 8. Let me know your thoughts in the chat here. Coffee says, after July 5th, Koundé is going to cost 80 plus million. That ain't happening, folks. 80 million for a center back? No. If those numbers are accurate, and my man Coffee here knows his stuff, so I'm going to rely on that. No. That's a no for me, dude. Absolutely not. Hollow the Reaper, how we doing, sir? Good morning to you. Jack says 40 or 50 mil for Raphinha is enough, and I agree with that. 70 is just too much. In the Shadows says, I think 70 million is too much. Even 50 or 60, we shouldn't go for him. Barca should look for a cheaper option and stick with what we have. Fair enough. Listen, every soccer fan, every football fan around the world, doesn't matter what club you support, you like to see new players come in. You like to have those fresh faces. You like to feel that excitement and optimism for what could be with the upcoming season. Barcelona are in a position where if we don't get at least 1 or 2 fresh faces beyond Christensen and Kessié and Pablo Torre, but if we don't get somebody significant to come in, I think Barca fans are going to be a bit worried, a bit concerned, a bit hesitant to be optimistic for this season. I think that's why we're so ramped up in our focus on these transfers. We want somebody, Lewandowski, Raphinha, Silva, Koundé. Those are really like the top 4 rumors. There's some others that Barca have been sneaking around, but we want to see something. We know that last year we didn't have enough, so we want to bring in more. I think Xavi, honestly, more than any summer transfer, I think Xavi having a summer to work with this team, an actual training camp preseason, is going to have more of an impact than any single player that joins Barcelona this summer. Not that I don't want more players, though, but I think Xavi having that time is going to be big. Anyway, free numbers. This is Chris E saying the free numbers after some expected transfers. Number 6. Oh, that's right, because Ricky Puig was number 6. Guys, if Ricky Puig leaves, we could have Gavi and Pedri take over 6 and 8. That could be announced with a new contract for Gavi. I wonder if that's the play. No one's talking about Gavi contract right now. Everybody's talking about Raphinha, Lewandowski, and the like. I wonder if the move is going to be on the same day, kit numbers get released, Gavi signs a new contract, and we have our new 8 and 6. That would be if Ricky Puig leaves, of course. So 6 is available if Ricky Puig leaves. 8 is currently available from Dani Alves. 11 was Adama, so that's going to be available. That's probably going to go to a winger if I had to guess. If not, one of the new players coming in, like a Lewandowski or a Raphinha, if it happens. 11 could go to maybe an Abde who comes up to the first team. That is a possibility. 12 was Goatwait. 15 is Langley. So once he goes, that'll be available. 17 was Luuk de Goat. Miss him, love him. 22, Mingueza, and 23, Umtiti. All going to be available. But in terms of the desirable numbers there, 6, 8, and 11 are really the only ones that I think the top players are going to be looking at. Those desirable kit numbers, if you will. Oh, and number 7 as well. Okay, number 7 could, see, I don't know. Who would want number 7? Maybe 7 for Raphinha, 11 for Lewandowski. Memphis keeps the number 9. 6 goes to Gavi, 8 goes to Pedri. I don't mind that whatsoever. Don't mind that at all. Anyway, let's jump back over to the Twitterverse. Let's see what else we have to chat about. Let me actually scroll back down. You guys don't need to see that. It was June 29. Just an update. Langley going to Tottenham. That's going to be happening soon. Let's see here. No, we don't need to touch on that. Talked about Pedri. I mentioned it already, but shout out to Luuk de Goat. 0 to hero. Came in. Every Culers around the world was going, what? Why would we sign Luuk de Jong? What's he going to do? And blah, 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 blah. Slow start. Admittedly slow start. But when given the opportunity to play hero, this man shined. This man stepped up, said, I can't hear you. Let me pull a Memphis Depay. Can't hear you. Watch me score these goals, win over Culers from around the world, and be one of the I'll say one of the least likely club heroes to ever grace the pitch for the Blaugrana. I think when I eventually get some merch going by the end of this summer, I know he's not with the club anymore, but I think I gotta have a tribute shirt to Luuk de Goat. Something that says De Goat with a little silhouette on the chest. I think people would like that, right? De Goat right here, his silhouette down the torso. I think I got to do something there for Luuk de Goat. I think people would like it. Anyway, that's my heartfelt goodbye to Luuk de Goat, club legend. I think we talked about this already, but Bayern have rejected Barcelona's offer. This is just ridiculous. We put in 32, 35, and 40 million euros. Maybe if we back off of this Raphinha deal, we tack on another 5, another 10 even, but 45, 50 million for Lewandowski. Now it's getting too expensive. But we're in that position again where Barcelona, as fans, we want something to happen. Laporta, being the politician that he is, knows that Barcelona fans want something to get excited for. So if it's not Raphinha, maybe we do spend some extra cash on Lewandowski and make it happen. I think we're already approaching that price point where it may not be worth it, but it's like, here's our options. We can overpay for Raphinha. We can overpay Dembele on his contract. We can overpay for Lewandowski to come in on a transfer fee. We can overpay for Jules Koundé now that it's 80 million plus. All options for Barcelona bringing in any new talent. It's all overpaying. So right now, it seems like every club in Europe are like, oh, Barcelona, you think you want to come back from your financial crisis? You want to reestablish yourselves as a European superpower? Good luck with that. We're not going to help you do that. You want one of our players? Increase transfer fee. Oh, you're trying to sign that player? No, we're trying to sign that player. It feels like all the top European clubs are against us. Whether we're trying to work out a deal to buy one of their players, or if we're after a similar player, just seems like everybody's against us right now. Good thing we have our fellow Culers to rely on at least. My goodness. Anyway, I was chatting with my buddy Pablo here. This is not really related to Chelsea. To Barcelona, other than the fact that De Ligt, if available, should be somebody that we're going after. But Pablo here just sharing his thoughts on Christian Pulisic possibly being a part of that deal. I will say, I don't hate the idea, and I think I got a picture of it here. Yeah, I don't hate the idea of Weston McKennie and Christian Pulisic running things at Juventus as an American. That would be fun. However, and this is what I shared with Pablo, as an American, having our face of the U.S. men's national team, Christian Pulisic, at a top 6 English Premier League club is huge. Just for the development of the game here in America. Having somebody like Pulisic, like I said, at a huge club, not just any European club, but in the English Premier League. There's English Premier League, and then there's every other league, okay? And I say that as a number one fan of Barcelona. English Premier League is the better league. It's the more credentialed. It's the more, I don't even know what words I'm looking for. It's got more clout. So when you have somebody like Pulisic there, it just means something more. Having him at Juventus, okay. Will I get a jersey? Probably. I will probably do that. I'm not going to become a Juventus fan by any means, but I will have to start tuning into those matches if they got McKennie and Pulisic. Just saying. Anyway, this was a weird one, folks. Some reports, apparently, I have not seen them, but I've seen a couple of people saying that the reports are out there, which is hilarious. Apparently, Arthur was offered back to Barcelona. He, of course, was part of a swap deal with Pjanic, who Barcelona are still dealing with. But apparently, Arthur has been offered, excuse me if I could say words, Arthur has been offered back to Barcelona. Like the player, don't love the player, dislike the attitude, though. There were reports and rumors when he was leaving Barcelona that His headspace wasn't what we want. His attitude wasn't what we want. So I would be very hesitant, despite the talent. I'll be very hesitant to bring him back in. And I don't think things have changed since he first was at Barcelona. Xavi, Pedri, Nico weren't really on the radar when Arthur was here. So I don't think it's somewhere that Arthur would want to come into. I don't see him getting a lot of playing time. All right, into some non-footballing news coming out of the Camp Nou here. This is shared from Barca Buzz. The police have found evidence and proved that Bartomeu and his board paid media companies and journalists to protect their image and reputation and also defame his oppositions. Barto was trying to lie about this now, but he couldn't. Was trying to lie about this until now, but he couldn't. Yikes. There were reports, like while it was happening, that Bartomeu there had paid some journalists, some media outlets to go up against Piqué, Messi, and some of the other Barcelona captains. So I'll be very curious to see what details come out of that. If there's any specific quotes, any details that Bartomeu may have leaked out into the media that worked against Barcelona. I'd be curious to get more details on that one. But it is interesting that an official investigation has now found guilty of those charges. We'll talk about the offsides thing here in just 1 second. We'll first turn to the chat one more time, get caught up on the conversation. I know you all have some thoughts about what's going on. Bakudo, good morning to you. How you doing? Chris E says, if Depay stays and Lewandowski comes in, I think Depay changes to number 11. I also think Alba will change number because of Barca to keep 25 for January signings. High possibility there. I forgot Aubameyang is currently wearing the number 25. Not a good look. It's weird how we have these association with numbers, but it is what it is. Aubameyang, I could see him taking 23 if that becomes available. I could also see him taking 11 or 17. Leaving 7 for a potential winger, leaving 6 and 8 for Gavi and Pedri. It's pretty exciting, actually. I forgot Ricky Puig could get loaned out, and we could see Gavi and Pedri as the 6 and the 8. It's very possible. Ovi says, I want a Luuk de Goat shirt. I'm thinking that could be it. I'm thinking first round of merchandise. I think we'll have an undefeated hat. We'll have an undefeated shirt of some kind, maybe with a stash silhouette on it. And then I want to have at least 2, if not 3, Barca-focused, unlicensed shirts, tank tops, sweatshirts, something like that. I'm thinking Luuk de Goat. I'm thinking Pedri. And either Ansu or Araujo. I would come up with something clever so that I'm not really infringing on imaging and licensing rights. I gotta be clever about that. But that's what I'm thinking for merch, and that's gonna be coming up here soon. Like I said, once the season ended, I was like, boy, I kind of need a break. I need a breather, feeling a little bit burnt out. So you may have noticed not really putting out as many videos since the season has ended. I've kind of been pumping the brakes a little bit, catching my breath, refreshing. I've got a couple planned vacations over the next few weeks, but here, like towards the end of July, a couple weeks before the season starts, I'm going to be kicking it back into gear. We're going to get lights up behind me. We're going to have a couple new layouts for pre and post-match analysis for Barcelona matches. We'll also get some merch out and then maybe 1 or 2 other things, but those are the big ones. Lights, new templates for some of the pre and post-match stuff, and then getting some merch out there and ready. That's going to be happening as well. And yeah, listen, we may have seen the end of Dembele Cam. We'll, of course, still use this for other purposes, and it will, legacy-wise, be referred to as Dembele Cam. But as of right now, Dembele is not a Barcelona player. He's gone, free agent. So Dembele Cam, currently off the market. Dembele looking for a club, Dembele Cam looking for a name. Genesis says club should sell Neto. I think we're trying to do that. We're trying to sell Neto so we can have some of our other young, keep getting congested. Some of our young keepers have the opportunity. in the shadow says, what a POS that Bartomeu. Could not agree more. Could not agree more. Philip says, who's taking number 10 and 7? Well, 10 is Ansu Fati. He's got that locked down. 7, probably Raphinha if he comes in. If not Raphinha, if Abde gets a first team number, that's a possibility. Who else? Aubameyang, I guess, could take 7. I just don't see that happening. It's more of a winger's number. So we'll see. Could see a big switch. Maybe Memphis takes 7 and Aubameyang takes 9. I don't think that's going to happen. It's a low possibility there. Espa, how we doing? Says, I hope 11 is for Abde. I would like to see it. Ooh, a Dembele Cambini. Kudos, I love that idea. Oh, man, I might go a little bit crazy with merch once that actually gets started. I'm dragging my feet a little bit because I need to spend some time figuring out what's the best vendor to use, where I want to have them sold through, whether it's going to be through YouTube, through Etsy, through some other third party that actually deals with all the inventory so I don't have to. We'll see what happens, folks. But merchandise coming up. 64 says, if Demir could, I don't see, I'm not sure what we're referring to there, actually. Maybe a kit number change, if that's what you're talking about. Kuda says, merch is a full-time job. Yeah, dude. But there are companies popping up now that I think we've talked about a little bit, Kudas, offline, where I provide the ideas, the designs, the templates, and then they process the orders, they deal with the inventory, all that jazz. I just give them the designs, and then they take a little bit of profit off the top, which is fine by me. Because right now, with where we are with things, I'm not really here to make money necessarily. Not yet, anyway. All right? Eventually, of course, I want this to be a full-time gig. But as we continue to grow, it's really about making the connections. It's about building the community. And part of that is getting some merch out there so you guys can wear it with pride, show your support for the channel, show your support and your passion for Barcelona. And I would be tickled if one day I'm out there traveling or at a Barcelona match or something and I see someone wearing something that I designed. That would be incredible. I would be absolutely tickled. Absolutely. King Sai, you're hilarious. Not a bad idea either. Kyle Cash says, what did Dembele do? I missed it. He did nothing is what he did. He had an offer on the table from Barcelona, and he said, no, I'm going to sit here with my thumb up my bum and not do anything, let my contract expire, become a free agent, not get any offers from any other club, then come back to Barcelona and be like, you sure you don't want to pay me more money than I'm worth? You sure you don't want to do that? And then Barcelona inevitably, because we don't want to pay $70 million for Raphinha, will be like, okay, Dembele, we'll overpay for you and your salary. Go ahead, and here's $20 million for your dumb manager, Sissoko, and blah, 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 blah. I don't want it to happen, folks. At this point, between his ridiculous demands in January, his refusal to sign a reasonable contract over the last 6 months, and now the fact that Dembele has gone into free agency, which means Barcelona have to register him as a new player if he decides to stay, it's just selfish. He has destroyed his reputation with the Culers. I'm going to have such a hard time letting him back in if he does come back. All right? Listen, there's a chance that Barcelona will be without Raphinha, without Dembele, without Di Maria, without any of the wingers that we were rumored to be bringing in, and we could be looking at Torres and Abde as the 1-2 on that right wing. That could happen. Everyone needs to kind of prepare themselves for that. Raphinha looking unlikely. Dembele looking unlikely. Everyone needs to get ready for that. I do think so, Kyle. I do think he's going to leave for free. What I'm hoping happens is Dembele signs his current offer, which is about $6 million per year, a reasonable fee for someone who's injured all the time. Sign that contract. I'm hoping it's for like 3 or 4 years, and then next season we sell him for whatever we can get. I don't care if it's $10 million. Get him to sign a new contract, and then sell him next season. Okay. Now listen. I will be the first one that takes all of this back if Dembele signs the current offer, which is around $6 million, like I said, comes back, humbly apologizes, to all of the Culers, the disrespect that he has shown club and supporters, I'll be the first one to welcome him back with open arms. Okay? He still has tremendous talent, incredible potential. And if you talk to people in France, and this is backed up by my man Mark Aroni when he was a guest on here, people still hype up Dembele up there with Mbappe and others. He has not proven himself. That's the difference. In his head, he's like, yeah, I'm as good as Mbappe, so you should pay me Mbappe-type salary. Nah. You got to prove it on the pitch when it matters, when it counts. That's what we need. And we're not seeing that from Dembele. Okay? So, listen, you guys scroll Twitter just like I do. There's conflicting reports left and right about what's going to happen with Dembele. What I think is going to occur is that he's going to have to accept an offer from Barcelona, but I think he's going to be competing with Ferran Torres and with Abde to keep his spot on that right wing. We will see what happens. Like I said, we're now in July, so we've got, 6 weeks left of summer transfer rumors. Try to stay calm, try to be patient. There's going to be lots of gossip going on. Seems like every day, Lewandowski, De Jong, Raphinha, it's the same rumors, all right? But we're going to keep showing up. We're going to keep discussing them. We're going to keep hanging out with each other. We'll try to dispel fact from fiction here, okay? I do my best to not give you all clickbait, okay? That's not something I'm interested here on this channel. But also, two, I try not to promote the clickbait. I try not to get too involved in it. I try to keep it to stuff that's fact-based, that's relevant for us to discuss, okay? So that's my promise to you all, is that I will do my best to shield you from the clickbait, particularly during these transfer windows. My goodness. Anyway. All right, folks, that's where we're going to end it. Kudus, I appreciate you stopping in, keeping these wild kids in line. Ayush and Kyle, same for you. We got the Stash Mod Trinity in here today. I'm glad you guys were able to join us. To anybody new who just joined us, I appreciate you being a part of the conversation. I really do. Showing up and starting your day with us, coming and talking with your fellow Culers. Like I said, we're all about building the community here on the Undefeated channel. I won't get into my big spiel about it, but that's what we're doing here, folks, okay? World's a crazy place. If you need somewhere where you can come, have some good conversation about football, and, have that's it. I'm stumbling. I don't even need to say these things. I say these things every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on the live streams. You guys know what we're doing here. You guys know we're trying to build that community of Culers to connect over our love of Barcelona. All right? That's what we do. So transfer rumors will be flying all weekend, even though no official business will be taking place. So take that with a grain of salt, okay? I will be back here on Monday to talk about whatever may have happened over the weekend. Let's see. Is anything else coming up? I think that's about it, folks. I think that's about it. So enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go out there and do great things. High fives and hugs for whoever wants them. Go out there and spread some positivity. And I will see you here on Monday, again, to wake up in Barca. And other than that, folks, that's it. That's all I got. All right? I'm just rambling now. Seeing how long I can keep you on here with this outro without really actually saying anything substantial whatsoever. Just kind of rambling a little bit. We'll stop it there, folks. Cheers to you all. Like I said, go out there, have a wonderful day, have a wonderful weekend. I will see you Monday here on the Undefeated channel for Wake Up in Barca. Thank you so much for tuning in and taking a ride. Mwah.